Back with another one, another one. No. Unlike Dylan Brooks, we are going to be back.
Oh, no, we didn't go there.
Unlike some people who poke bears, we going to be back. And we back.
Oh, y'all, we're back with another one. Go ahead, it's back. We're going to talk about everything from bears to high seat numbers that can't get it done.
That's not fair.
There's a whole list. And when you texted me the other day, I was like, dang. I was like, yeah, that's y'all don't.
High seats. Number one. Oh my goodness.
Number one seed means absolutely nothing.
Oh my. Not in 2023.
Any sport.
Not in 2023. You the number one seed. You might as well call it a loss.
That's a wrap. Yeah. Man, this is great. Let's go to the zoo and talk about the bears. Let's talk about why we shouldn't poke bears, kids.
Well, first off, bears are vicious animals. It should not be provoked. also,
but what if the 38
bear? You might get 20 and 20.
Ooh. But what if I don't respect bears unless they give me 40?
20 plus 20 rebounds. That's 40 to me.
That's 40. Oh, well, he did give him 40 because they lost by 40. There it is.
There you go. That all the math is there. All the math is mathing right there. Your team lost by 40. The man that you was guarding gave you 20 and 20. Now
20. Man.
20, yeah. You got 40. You got 40.
Yeah, you got 40 all kind of ways.
Yeah.
You got 40 all kind of ways.
This probably go and get a 40 piece for your chain.
So the Memphis Grizzlies come out and say, you know what? Hey, so you know when you lose, when someone loses a job and they get fired, they go to HR and they get let go. You know how they walk you through the door and stuff like. I wonder if they
come out.
I wonder if they walk Dylan Brooks through the door.
To make sure he left with all of his belongings.
Like we'll send your stuff in your locker to you via FedEx.
Yeah, we'll send you shoes and stuff via FedEx. It'll be okay.
And so the Memphis Grizzlies report they have asked Dylan Brooks, they haven't asked him. They told Dylan Brooks, you are coming back. You are not coming back, in no way, shape, fashion, or form. Like, the season's not even over, and they were like, you ain't coming back. Like, just to let you know, I mean, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
That's gotta be because of his playoff performance. Not only the performance, but the media frenzy that started because of him. And of course, he didn't back it up.
See, okay, all right. It's one thing, to talk a lot and then not back it up. But we talked about this last week, because I think, we mentioned this, it was rumors that they said that they weren't going to let him come back.
They were rumors, though.
Yeah. Oh, now it's official.
It's legit.
Now it's real. We said this last week. Look, talking trash and then not backing it up is one. That's not. I mean, you can't do that, right? But the Grizzlies, specifically Darren Brooks and Ja, right? They win. They everywhere. They loud. It's a parade in my city. It's all that, right? The moment they lose, they no press conferences, nothing. You don't want to talk to nobody.
Nothing. Well, I will say this about him. Ja did go on record and say that his suspension ruined the flow, not necessarily the chemistry, but the flow that the Memphis Grizzlies were in prior to, his off-court romp.
Right. So next year, moral of the story is don't pull out pistols on people and beat on 17-year-old cashiers or get into it with security guards. or or stay away from the friends that will go to Indiana and use laser beams and like you feel me and use beams on people's cars to make threats.
Just stay home.
Are those the actions that you're talking about that ruined the chemistry with the team?
I guess
that ruined the flow.
That's what him said. Him said that. Him said that. Him said that. But my thing is, you weren't screaming that when Dylan was talking all that mess. You kind of backed him. Y'all backed him up and said, "Hey, that's what we like about him." Now all of a sudden, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go.
What was so funny is what I found hilarious. It was a quote from Dylan Brooks. He's like, he said, "One of these days I'm gonna have a breakout game. Shooting, I'm gonna drop like 3 or 4 threes." I said, "That's a breakout game?
That's a breakout game? What the?"
That's a breakout game.
Now let's go back. Let's go back. We'll talk about the playoffs in a minute. Let's go back. Dylan Brooks was the one that started the whole mess in Los Angeles earlier this season with Shannon Sharpe.
Indeed.
And actually it was
T. Morant
and T, right.
Yeah.
And they kind of went at it, but it just seems like I think the Grizzlies got tired of the antics and were like, it's cool if you do the antics, but then you're still productive on the court. Like the team is
gotta be productive.
I mean, because when you're someone like let's be honest, Draymond Green, and you can do those kind of acts, you can't really say anything because that man's got 4 rings. Okay, you bringing rings home, do whatever you want.
The man is the most efficient triple single. Like look, if plus minus was a part of the main stats,
man, he was.
Draymond Green would be
in the game that in game 7. Well, I know we said but in game 7, he had the most effective and efficient triple single I've ever seen. He had like 8 points, like 7 boards, and like 4 assists. But he was like a plus 26. I'm like, how?
Place right time, that man.
How is this possible?
That man's basketball mind is
he does the little things.
all the little things. The hustle. Being in the right place, the right time, making the right reads.
It's the little things that he does. And I mean, like I said, if you're gonna, bring that kind of, I can't even call it for this. So, okay, he had 8 points, 6 boards, and 8 assists. He was plus 25. I mean, he's plus 25. Man played 38 minutes. Like
say what you want about. He was plus 25.
He was plus 25. Yeah, he was plus 25, and Dylan Brooks barely played 25 minutes.
And you know what? Oh, yeah, man, that breakout game he's talking about he's gonna have, that's not gonna happen in Memphis.
Where do you think he's gonna end? This is funny right here. Where do you think he's gonna end up? And before you answer the question, you've got to think of Dylan Brooks. Who Dylan Brooks is. All this stuff he's talking about of I'm never going to change. This is me. Who do you think is willing to put up with Dylan Brooks?
Bill Belichick, but he coaches football. Maybe John Gruden, but anyway. That's a different story. But yeah, that's a different sport. Ooh, yeah, somebody who talks a lot of trash, really aggressive, doesn't back it up. And look, that's the type of, like, especially if you're not productive, like at this point, I can't even say you're a good teammate.
No, apparently not. And apparently Memphis is the same thing.
Right. So it's like, man, the G League Ignite might want him.
What?
No, actually they won't. Team Ignite won't want him.
Oh my god.
Team Ignite wouldn't want him. I don't know.
Oh my god.
We might see Dylan Brooks in Turkey next year.
Oh man, how the mighty have fallen.
I know that's a wild thing to say, but it's just like, think about this. Yep. How many teams? If you were a GM, even if you're on a GM at a losing franchise, right? A franchise that didn't make the playoffs. Orlando. Exactly. You tell me, would you take him? Absolutely not.
I can't.
Absolutely not.
I can't. Maybe a team that is dying to look for some toughness. I don't know.
I heard the Houston Texans are hiring. Just saying.
Anyway, the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God, the NBA. Poor Dylan. Well, you know what? Hold on. Before we get to the NBA playoffs, shouts out to Joel Embiid for becoming this year's NBA MVP. Finally, finally, Joel has been.
He's been deserving. There's been multiple years, at least 2 or 3, I would say, where he's definitely been one of the front runners in the MVP race, and might have gotten, might have taken an L. Might even. I mean,
I don't know. That guy in Denver is pretty good, man.
Oh, he is. Oh, he's good. He's really good.
Pretty freaking good. And maybe they could have given him one, but to me, this is worse. Because it seems like the NBA pretty much is telling him to shut up and leave us alone. Take your MVP and don't cry about it anymore. That's what I'm getting from it.
Well, I agree with that. And because especially then once you look at like all of like the sports news outlets or whatever, and a lot of like the narrative around like the MVP conversation ended up becoming a lot about skin color, right? Like in that, I feel like that part, I think that in part, as much as like just Joel Embiid just chirping about wanting the MVP, all just because, look, say what you want, Nikola Jokic is deserving. I don't know if anybody else paid attention, but the man just dropped a 40-point triple-double not too long ago, all right? like in the playoffs, all right?
He's more than deserving. He
Say what you want about a style of play. Say what you want about he deserves that.
Yeah.
The man's a center.
Knocking out triple doubles with guard number level of assists, high plus minuses. He's super efficient. It's just about dominating just about everybody in the paint. And see, that's my issue. He did that this year. And I'm like, he would have been my vote. I'm going to be honest. He would have been my vote. Yeah. I just think I think 2 things about Joel Embiid. Number one, like you said, I think he really wanted this MVP. It almost seems like he wanted the MVP more than he wanted the NBA title.
Yeah.
And 2, I just think that he misses too many games. Not saying that he's not deserving, because he puts up good numbers. His team wins, but he misses too much time, man. The Joker, I mean, he's missed a few, but not Joel Embiid type numbers. I mean,
Joel Embiid misses like large like chunks of like months into the season, like. He'll be out for weeks. It's his knee, it's his back. It's always something, which is why, in my opinion, this is his first and last. Just being honest here. Look, okay, you get this man an MVP, right? I don't know if y'all noticed, but y'all MVP been walking around here pretty, look, we just saw a man by the name of Kawhi Leonard walking around. He got a bad knee and stuff. We saw him looking limp, and Joel Embiid look worse than that. And on top of that, he's 7 foot, 300 something pounds.
Yeah.
All right, and he's already looking. It looks really hard for him to walk. He looks like he's in constant pain. He's not. Don't expect for him to have that much production as. Don't expect for him to have the same production numbers as he has in recent years.
You know,
Yeah,
big centers like him are prone to those foot injuries that
took Yao Ming out.
Yeah,
Kristaps Porzingis has problems with that still.
Yeah, so, man, that congratulations, Joe. I mean, not saying he's not deserved. I just think he misses too many games. My vote would have been Joker. I don't have any issues with him being. I don't know. Do I have issues with it? Because you know what? I say that, but then I look and I say, you know what? If it wasn't going to be the Joker, my second vote would have been probably for Giannis. It would have been for Giannis. I think Joel Embiid's my third. Yeah, I think he's my third pick. And I really think this is the NBA. It's probably Kia that said, hey, look, we need him to shut up. Give him an MVP.
Okay. Again, first and last, his knees, his back, all that lower body extremity stuff. He's a big dude. Just don't expect for it to happen. Don't expect. I mean, if he's already taken a lot of time off, and I mean, we are in a load management era of the NBA. So
hurt now.
Yep.
I mean, he's hurt as we speak.
Yes, he is. So just, I mean, I think it's great. I do. Do I agree with it? No. I would have voted for Jokic, but hey, I also don't get a vote. So, it is what it is.
So it is what it is. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats.
Invest in rehab. Oh, I was going to say. So apparently, Joel Embiid in 2014, 2015 on Twitter made the prediction that he would win MVP, and now he went and found that old tweet and then retweeted it on Twitter and said that he spoke it into existence. Now, mind you, this said 2014, 2015, right? Now the tweet, the original tweet. I'm just, you know what? Okay, so it said in the tweet caption, it said MVP rankings in a couple years, right? Now, right. Mind you, this is 2014, 2015, okay?
Right.
Let's think about who was in the league. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the list because it's part of his screenshot.
Okay.
Okay, he put himself at number 1.
Okay.
LeBron James number 2. Number 3, Kobe Bryant. Number 4, Chris Bosh.
Wow.
Number 5, Tony Parker.
Okay.
Number 6, Chris Paul. Number 7, Carmelo Anthony. Number 8, Derrick Rose. I don't know who 9 and 10 were because it's not. Wait. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I can't see who 9 and 10 are, but yeah.
Right.
Yep. But just think about all of those names. Let's see. Yeah, 8 was Derrick Rose. Yep. Yeah, so think about all of those names that were in the league that are not in the league now. Also, that prediction was like almost 7. It was like 6 years ago.
Except for LeBron and Chris,
who was also out.
But I think we talked about that last week.
We did.
It's about time for and on cue.
Groin
injured. He'll probably miss a game or 2, and they can't afford to miss. If he misses 2 and they lose him, that's a wrap anyway. You can take the rest of the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. But yeah, I mean, you look at Joe had a great year, 33 points, 10 boards, 4 assists. But you look at the Joker just in all facets of the game. 24 points, 12 boards. This man is like
he's a machine.
He's away from 10 assists. He is that close.
He's a machine.
To averaging a triple-double as a center, a real center, not a 4.
Yeah, not a stretch.
Yeah, not a stretch.
No,
he's
a center.
He's a 284-pound five. He's huge.
And as much as like people try to talk about, oh no, man, we got to take into account how tough Nikola Jokic is too.
Yeah.
All right, because we don't see him complain about a whole lot of calls, and you start getting like, I don't know if people have seen it, but like if you start seeing people who like, or like somebody can start getting close-ups on like this man's arms, he gets smacked in the face, he got scratch scars everywhere from other NBA centers and power forwards not being able to handle him.
Yeah.
And he don't say a word. Let somebody else do that. Let let your MVP Joel Embiid get scratched up. Like you're not getting MVP level Embiid that night. You will see him complain to the refs, talk about he keep getting cut up. Nah, you're not getting that from Nikola Jokic.
Oh my God. Yeah. Congratulations, Joel. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's get to the playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, since we're talking about Joel Embiid, he did not play in game one.
No, but James Harden did, and he did well.
James Harden turned the clock back. And so he put to bed, this is what James Harden did. He put to bed the belief that he had lost it, because everybody was saying, oh, he's not the player he was because he's not averaging 35, and getting 12 assists like he was. Well, okay, again, he's playing with a different caliber. Yeah, and so those numbers are going to dwindle.
Yeah, people are thinking about like when he was in Houston and had nobody. It's like, yeah, you can do that night in and night out when you have nobody.
Nobody.
If I came in and I'm James Harden and I look around, oh yeah, I do what I want.
So
exactly what I want.
But without Joel Embiid, your 22-23 NBA MVP, the Sixers without him
beat the Celtics. Boy,
the number 2 Celtics. I'm telling you, these numbers. I get why they have them, but at this point, they mean absolutely nothing.
They are starting to become very, very arbitrary. There's just means nothing now. It's like, okay. At this point, we might as well just put a name up here.
That's what you do. I think. I think what you should do is put the eight playoff teams from each conference in a hat and just pick them. Because
just do another lottery. All the teams that qualify just go into the.
Just put them in a hat. Because, and you know what? Looking at the Milwaukee Bucks. There was no excuse. I know Giannis missed the game, and I'm not saying he was 100%. He was still effective, though.
Giannis still putting he had a triple-double, right?
Exactly.
25? Yeah.
Exactly. So no one's going to sit there and tell me, well, he missed the game. Well, it's a 4-game series. They won the first game. They got mini swept. They lost the first game and then took the next. I mean, look, that is a whooping.
And any other time Giannis is out or something like that, right? Like we're looking at the Bucks because the Bucks on paper or even from an eye test are a very complete team. So it's like, yes, you need Giannis to win, but like Giannis is an integral piece. Obviously, he's the franchise player. He's the anchor to the team, but he's not always absolutely 100% necessary to win because you have a lot of pieces already in place outside of Giannis that still makes that team very complete and very competitive at a high level.
Yeah, and
they did not show up.
Apparently they need a Dylan Brooks to stop. No. They needed somebody to stop Jimmy Butler.
Wait. So you think the man who just got mauled for poking bears would have had a better chance going to the force? Yeah. We're just gonna
poke an angry lion.
Yeah, because he just definitely made the Bucks look like some antelope. All right, Jimmy Butler. All right, let's just talk about this just for a hot second. All of the number 1 seeds in 2023, NCAA tournament gone. Women's NCAA tournament, gone. We in the NBA tournament. I mean, we in the NBA playoffs. The Bucks are gone.
Gone. And gone. Look, emphatically, it wasn't a. No, emphatically dismissed.
No, they're gone.
The Heat dismissed them. Period.
I mean, even if we want to talk about the Kings, number 2 seed in the West, gone.
Out of there. The number 3 in the West,
gone.
Out of there.
like this is, I don't know. This has to be one of like the craziest years in playoff tournament sports history. It's gotta be
hands down.
Like everything you thought.
We haven't even started on the NHL playoffs. We'll get to them in a minute. Let's not even talk about this.
Oh my goodness.
But these seedings, it kind of brings me to light that I think a lot of these teams, especially the savvy veteran teams that may be a little bit older, they got to be sagging a little bit during the season. They got to be like, hey, let's take it easy. We lost the game. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. We just need to get in the playoffs. Because, I mean, Golden State didn't have home. I know they're the defending champions. I get that. But it used to be that if you didn't have home court advantage and if the number by your name was a 6, you were in trouble.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
You had to fight. But same thing with LA. And I know that the trade saved LA. Let's be honest, the trade saved them. So they're not really even the same team, sort of. Not so to speak. They're not the same team.
No. They're they totally. I mean, they've restructured. They're not the same team.
No, at all.
Yeah,
they are. They are a lot more.
Yeah. Ooh, I lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness.
So looking at the Heat and the Knicks, the Heat are already up 1-0, and I'm like, man, this seems like it's shades of the bubble. It's this Miami Heat team that nobody really took seriously. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, they already got rid of the 1 seed Bucks. They're playing the Knicks now. If they beat the Knicks, they play the winner of who is it? Philly in
Boston. Yeah.
In Boston. And I'm like, not saying they can beat Philly or Boston, but if they can beat the Bucks
in the Eastern Conference Finals, man.
They can beat anybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a team that lost a lot. I mean, this is like the infirmary for real in Miami. They've got a lot of people.
Yeah. Out. Yeah. I mean, Victor Oladipo, that was tough to watch.
That was bad. Yeah, that was tough.
So tough
heart dropped when I saw that. And I don't know. I know they're saying that it has nothing to do with the previous injury. I don't know. I don't know.
All I know is, like you said, my heart dropped too when he got in the ground, got to the ground, and he started holding his leg, and then he's like, nope.
Yep. He knew immediately. He was like, no, not good. I'm not good. So and so their depth is definitely
hurting. They are running thin.
So but for them to get this far and be up 1-0 on the Knicks, it's a shades of the bubble almost. And then you look on the other side, LA has honestly everybody's picking the Warriors to beat LA, and I'm just not believers. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer. I don't think the Warriors can beat the Lakers in 7-game series. I don't. Even with Draymond's greatness. I don't. Even with Draymond's greatness. I don't think
he was great.
Even with his greatness and his single doubleness.
I think
single tripleness. I mean,
if the Warriors make it out, right? It's not gonna be easy. If they make it out, they're not like they gonna make it out fighting, and let's just assume they gonna have to run into the Nuggets. It's a wrap.
Yeah, the Nuggets are looking pretty darn
It's a-
good right now. Yeah, they're shredding the Suns right now, and now they're without Chris Paul. I don't know.
They're saying Chris Paul is going to be out. What, games 3 through 5? But he's also supposed to get reevaluated in a week.
Oh, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Yep. They said. I just let me see because I just saw it. Yeah, they're saying according to CBS, yeah, and Yahoo Sports, games 3 to 5, he's going to be out. He's going to be reevaluated in 1 week.
It's over. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I just think that the Nuggets are well. They go to Phoenix for the next 2 games. We'll see. But I just don't. I don't think without who's running point. If it's going to be Devin Booker, I don't think that works.
I don't think that works either. No, that's a good Cameron Payne.
Who is honestly, I know he's got a PG by his name, but he's not. Payne is a 2-guard
With a point guard designation.
He's not.
Yeah,
He doesn't look to get everybody involved, and he doesn't have that Chris Paul.
He's more so looking to get his shot off.
Yeah,
it's very streaky. He's like,
I know a lot of times they've tried to move Devin Booker into the point guard spot, and I just don't think that's gonna benefit anybody. To be honest, man.
Yeah, Cameron Payne's like J.R. Smith. Just, I just thought about that. He's like J.R. Smith. Yeah, he is.
I mean, but can we in this series? I mean, we just talked about him, and it's ironically we talked about Ayton last week, and to see the job that Jokic is doing. We talked about these 2 last week.
Indeed, yeah, we did.
And to see how he is
a clinic. It's a clinic. We said it. Boy, if you don't toughen up, get some skills up under you,
man.
That man over there, he gonna work you.
He is working him. He is working him.
You need to ask the Phoenix Suns if you can get compensated for OT. You need to ask what that hourly rate is at OT. All right, you need to see what time and a half is hitting for, because you get time and a half.
I mean, so game 1 he had 14 and 7. Game 2 he had 14 and 8. So if that's the best you're going to do against Jokic, that's a wrap. It's over. It's over.
Yeah. What do we do? Yeah. At this point, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I mean, you play to win the game, but in my opinion, you ain't got to show up. You ain't got to show up.
Not if it's this one-sided. Please, like at this point, yeah. Look, KD's got to be more aggressive. Though.
Well, I mean, I think he was still. Poor KD. You know what? My heart goes out to KD, and I'm gonna say why. Because he's such a great scorer. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's probably one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen in this game. But he's so good that everybody expects him to just, no matter what jersey he puts on, just go out there and ball out. And I think he really loves the game, and he approached coming into Phoenix as, okay, this is actually Devin Booker's team, and I'm going to respect that. And they already had something phenomenal going. I want to come in and just be a part. Well, guess what, Katie? Either you show out, and maybe we will see that game 3. Either he shows out, or these jokers will go home in 4 games. We'll see.
I mean, you got to do it's one or the other. Devin Booker, KD, somebody has to look. if it's Devin Booker's team, right?
Yeah.
Then he's got to be the one to take over. And if he's not going to take over and he's going to defer to KD, one of them has to do it.
One of them has to do it.
Period. One of them, if they want a chance to keep this series a series, one of those two need to step up.
Yeah, I don't.
It doesn't matter which one, but one of them. I would like to see both, but one of them has to like.
I think the KD injury played a role in that. I just don't think they got that rhythm, that chemistry going before the playoffs, and that definitely is probably playing a role. But at this point, chemistry out the window. Look, bump that. Just go out there and score. I mean, you need one. You need one of your throwback games, KD.
You out here, if you look. I get it, being a team-oriented player and all of that. But if you watching your teammate get his head cracked by the center from the other end of the floor,
man,
you need to be like, all right, he obviously can't take that. I got to do something. Somebody got to play big brother.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, okay, you gonna treat my center like that? Your power forward in trouble. He's done.
Like,
He's done.
Your four is in trouble. Your two guards in trouble, sir.
Aaron Gordon's in trouble. What? Which Aaron Gordon, he's balling out. So I mean,
the Nuggets are just playing well. Period. Murray's playing really well. Jokic obviously is playing well. Aaron Gordon's been playing really well on both ends of the floor, playing both ends. Defensively, he's been putting he's been putting up good numbers. Yeah. Somebody's got to do something. Somebody's got to do something.
And anyway, I don't know what to say about that. I think that series is over. What about Ronnie, I lost my train of thought. Oh man, I was going somewhere with it, and it left me. We talked about them. Who was I going to talk? And it wasn't going to be the Lakers. I promise. It was not the Lakers series. It was the. It might have been. It was Philly and Boston. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What about that? I mean, we just talked about the throwback game that James Harden had, because the Celtics were looking good up until maybe the middle of the third.
Oh, really?
And so I know what you're about to say.
Called it.
Close out the game, Boston.
I've said it, and I'm gonna keep saying it until something changes, or the Celtics are out of the playoffs. They can't close out a game.
Can we talk about the errant pass? I don't know where he was going with that.
Who does that?
Apparently Malcolm. Apparently. I don't know where he was going with that, because if you look at it, I think it was Tatum that was coming down, and maybe he thought Tatum was going to, stay out on the perimeter a little bit. I don't know, but he fired that thing, and like Tatum was like maybe 4 feet away when he fired it over his head. Number one, but even if it wasn't over his head, it was going to hurt somebody.
When the sixth man of the year, when the 2023 sixth man of the year,
yeah, he is,
makes that type of decision at that moment, in that juncture of the game.
I mean, and then fired it. I mean, fired it in such a way that the only player that could get to it. Well, he didn't have to move to get it. He just fired it right to Max.
Gave it right to
like, here, take it. Emphatically.
Right. Like, you might as well you passed it to him. I don't know. You just forgot what color jersey you had on, or so you.
Apparently.
You. Why are you leading Tyrese Maxey? Why are you doing that?
Apparently. I don't know.
Why are you leading him with the pass though? That's my.
I mean, Maxey he looked like he had to think about it for a minute. Like, oh no, my basket's that way. Hold on, let me go. I mean, at that stage in the game, to make that kind of a mishap, that only proves what you've been saying for about 3 or 4 weeks. They have trouble closing games out.
They have problems closing games out, and now it's the playoffs, and it's starting to bite them. I knew it was coming.
Wow.
I knew it was coming. I'm like, look. I was hoping that they would get it together. Like okay, like we talked about this. You said it before. Like okay, maybe they just, they just playing it a little like light. It's the end of the season. They already have the 2 seed locked up. Go ahead and just conserve some energy until you need to have the urgency. Yeah. You needed the urgency, then you lost it.
I was wrong. I was wrong. They got problems. they have problems closing. Wow. They've been showing it throughout the playoffs. Even though they won the first days, they still showed it throughout the playoffs. Aside from the closeout win against who was it? Against who they just beat? Crap, who was they just got rid of Atlanta. Except for the closeout win against the Hawks, they really struggled closing games out late. And last night, I think the pipe burst. I think they are really in serious trouble.
Like Atlanta was in it more than they should have been.
Yeah.
Off the strength that they couldn't close it out. Like it's like okay. Yeah, like yeah, you should have had that series sewn up.
It should have. Yeah, it shouldn't have went 4-2.
Yeah,
it should not have gone 4-2. So, I mean, I don't know. But again, tonight, Lakers, Warriors. Who are you taking in that series?
I don't know, man. I think the Warriors are a little beat from that King series, in all honesty.
I think they're
gassed.
I think they're gassed, and I think there's dissension in the ranks. The reports of the whole... Now, of course, we know the media. If Jordan Poole refused to shake the
Draymond's hand or whatever, yeah,
and Steph Curry, if that's true, that's serious dissension. And that's a chink in the armor. I mean, it'd get really ugly because, the Lakers are deep. I think they're a little younger than the Warriors. And like you said, the Warriors are a bit banged up from that Kings series. The Lakers have been off, 4 days?
Mm-hmm.
4 days? 5 days? 4 days? Something like that. So, I don't know. If they can steal one and go, and here's the thing. I think the most important thing is you say home court advantage and travel time takes like an hour and 10 minutes to get back and forth from LA to San Fran. Yeah. It's like an hour and 10 minutes. So there's really no travel time to be honest. So I'm going to take the Lakers in probably 6.
I'll say this. The Lakers will win if security doesn't put E40 out.
Oh,
you put E40 out, that's going to set the Warriors on fire. They're going to get mad.
Oh, my God.
Kick E40 out if you want to.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh. Well, it did. Well, yeah, it helped him during the Sacramento series because he got kicked out. It was like, how dare you? How dare you, sir?
dare you kick out E40? Us of the Weebleization Nation do not. We do not approve of this at all. All right? We do not approve of the Great 40 Water having to be escorted out.
Oh my God! How dare you? All right, so let's talk about this past weekend, the NFL draft jumped off. Lives were changed. Some fans were happy, some fans were angry. I'm not gonna say any names, but but it's not. We'll get into it. But what did you think? And you said Bryce should go first, and he did. CJ Stroud went second. And I don't think that was to me that wasn't the strange thing about the NFL draft. What bothered me was from pick, I'm gonna say 3. And maybe I guess it was due to I guess need, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I mean, do you think he should have went number 3?
Well, look,
I mean, Will Anderson Jr. I'm saying there had to be a need. I'm assuming. Outside, I'm assuming.
I mean, well, think about this. It's Houston. They have a lot of needs.
They have a lot of needs, but if I just drafted CJ Stroud,
look, you would probably want one of 2 things. Well, okay, one of 3, which they fulfilled one of those 3. Okay, you would want. Okay, 1, someone to protect him.
Yes.
2, someone for him to throw the ball to.
Yes.
But they fulfilled the 3rd one, someone on the opposite side of the ball to get the ball back in his hands.
And they moved up to get him.
Yeah, I didn't get that part.
I was like, wow, you moved up. That part. When I saw that they moved up to number 3, I was like, they got back-to-back picks. Surely, they are going to grab a receiver for him. And the receiver I thought they were going to get was Jackson Smith-Njigba.
That would have made sense.
That would have been crazy for you to draft Stroud and one of his favorite receivers, a talent like Smith-Njigba. But then I guess what's that?
That's built-in chemistry.
Yeah,
that's a plug and play right there. You would want that.
But then again, why would you trade up to get him? Because clearly, because of the hamstring, he was going to drop. An offensive lineman, you wouldn't have had to trade up to 3 to get a good offensive lineman in this draft. Why? It just made no sense to trade up
for an outside linebacker, though. Which I mean, look, Will Anderson, he's pretty good. The boy's good, okay.
He's good.
It's like.
But I think they had number, was it 12? I think they were at 12 before the trade. Mm-hmm. Will Anderson might have been there at 12.
I mean, when you look at it now, especially when you look back now, it's like, okay, because Anthony Richardson went 4th.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. But yeah, that's a whole different story.
Oh man. Oh.
Okay. I'm okay. Okay, people. The man can't throw. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's an athlete.
Not accurate. He's an athlete. Yes.
He's like he's a transcendent athlete. Look, I agree. Look, you can't play quarterback and not be able to throw the football.
Not in the NFL.
I mean, granted, Florida has a history, and these quarterbacks end up getting drafted at the quarterback position. So,
yes.
Hey, I don't know if it's something in the water or what, but
Timmy.
He shattered the mold.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, okay. Indy didn't trade up to get him. But I don't get the Anthony Richardson thing. I felt like he would have been. You feel me? If you would have waited, he still would have been down there. I mean, look, Hendon Hooker didn't go into the 68th pick.
Yeah, which was shocking. I know he's hurt.
That surprised me.
That's shocking.
That surprised me.
Okay, I didn't understand that. Well, I get it, the injury, but to not go in the first round, I mean, that Joker was balling before the injury.
And then to go to Detroit. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Bijan Robinson.
I'm still trying to understand why the Falcons drafted a running back.
Well, because the Falcons love running backs. The Falcons always have a solid running back. They just don't have anything else. And that's why I feel bad for them, because they're going to do the same thing that they've done to every other good and or decent running back, or great, however you want to slice it. Every legitimate running back they've had, they didn't do anything, put anything around them, and just ran them into the ground. I feel so bad. I feel so bad because that's exactly what they're about to do to that man.
But they had Algier. I mean, you had Algier. Was running back? Were they just trying to? I don't know what were you trying to do? I mean,
they gonna work him. They gonna work him like a slave horse, and
I guess they wanted a 1-2 punch. I guess
4 or 5 seasons if he's still in Atlanta. I feel so bad.
I feel for that Atlanta thing.
Yeah.
The shocker of the draft. Will pick
that. Oh my God. No, Will Levis. I feel bad for him too, honestly.
Okay, I feel bad for him because it's embarrassing to go through that. You sitting there and expecting to go in the first round. You're there with, I'm assuming, family and friends, and they don't call your name. That's bad. On the other hand, let this be a lesson to anybody who wants to get drafted. You don't talk crazy to these general managers and these coaches when you go to these teams to do your interview or talk to them or just meet with them. A lot of them said, "Hey, you just seemed cocky, just seemed arrogant." Well, guess what? Cocky and arrogance got you to the second round when you clearly you're projected to go in the top 10, top 15.
Shoot, what? His odds to go number 1 shot through the roof like what, the week before the draft?
Yeah.
A few days before the draft, that was crazy.
Yeah.
He went from 40-1 to 4-1, which look, hey, I get it. Like, you're talking about somebody who played at a school that isn't one of those dominant schools in the conference to begin with and played really well against some of those schools in that conference that are larger names.
You're right.
May not have gotten the win in some of those instances, but he played very well. So it's like, yeah, he's definitely got potential. But yeah, if he's arrogant, and then I felt bad up until I started hearing or reading about like, people talking about his attitude and stuff. Because before, my whole thing is like, okay, the 40-1 to 4-1 thing, whatever, right? And then he doesn't get drafted until the second round. It's like, oh, he got played for a pawn. He got played for a Vegas pawn. Folks was putting in wagers and putting in their bets like, oh, Will Levis about to go top 10 first round, da. Man, Vegas racked up.
Got him.
Got him, coach. Vegas racked up.
Oh my God.
That was the thing. I was like, oh man, that sucks. Like they really played him for wow.
Yeah.
But then also it's like, yeah, okay, it part of that could have played a part into it, but also when GMs and coaching staffs and stuff start finding out that your attitude's a little poor,
exactly,
your stock's going to drop, regardless if the public knows about it or not.
Yeah, and that was the word out on him. Worst pick of the draft. Who do you in the first? We're talking first round. I'm sorry. Worst pick in the first round, aside from the Falcons.
Oh, well, okay.
Aside from the Falcons.
Well, that's
and it's answer. No disrespect to Bijan. No, great player. Just don't understand why they. No disrespect to Robinson. But aside from the Falcons, your worst pick of the draft.
My worst pick of the draft? Man, I mean, and at the same time, like, this team needs to take whatever they can get, right? But drafting Anthony Richardson, I don't feel like was a good idea for the Colts. Like, I feel like you should have gone and got like a legitimate running back. Like, look, you're the number 4 pick in the draft, and that's who you go after.
Well, wait a minute. Don't they have a running back? I mean,
no. I'm saying they could have gone for a quarterback. They should have gone for a different quarterback other than Anthony Richardson.
A quarterback who could throw. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they should have gone with somebody at least with a little bit of pocket presence.
Just a little bit. I'm dying to see this offense.
Yeah, somebody with a quarterback with pass accuracy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, other than that, yeah, outside of Atlanta.
My worst pick of the draft is going to my beloved Cowboys. But hear me out. It's not that we didn't need him. I just think he would have been there in the second round. I don't think you look, we needed a tight end. And after Dalton Kincaid was stolen by Buffalo, they moved up in front of Dallas to get Kincaid. I think that threw the Cowboys off. I think they were like,
board off.
Yeah, I think they were like, what? Wait, what? And they just went with, I believe Smith was probably their second pick. And they just said, hey, go ahead and get him. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know what? That's poor Brett, man. You can't are you serious? That I just
why you gotta have a 1A, 1B, and 1C.
Oh man, I like the pick, just not as a first round. I like the player, just not for the first round. I think that we could have gotten we could have went and took Notre Dame's tight end. What's his name? Starts with an M. I can't think of his name. But we could have taken it. Oh, Michael Mayer. We could have taken him. But no. We and I get it. The need was there. I mean, because our run defense sucked last year. It sucked. The need was there. I just think we could have
gotten some more value out of that pick.
We could have, yeah. And if you didn't want to make a pick, then trade out of the first round. Trade out.
Also,
get a couple of more picks. I just think that was a poor Dallas. Jerry.
I mean, it doesn't make it any better that how does this happen? 2, why do people keep allowing it? Like, okay, the Eagles.
Oh God. I hate them. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
But it's like, you have to kind of admire or at least respect
them.
You got to.
And I hate the fact I have to respect them. That's a problem. I mean, how do you sit there? Like you said, how do you allow it? They've got basically the Georgia Bulldogs starting interior defense from 2 years ago.
Yep.
That's a national championship team. And that's your...
And mind you, the Eagles were in the Super Bowl last year.
Oh my God.
You just made a Super Bowl caliber team that much better.
That much better. Because you're not running up the gut on them. That's out.
Oh, try it if you want.
That's
try
out.
it if you want to.
That's out. That's out. You're not running up the gut on those guys. No. Oh my God. I don't know.
They stole the draft.
I mean, Jalen Carter, and then they go ahead and they draft Nolan Smith.
Yep.
They literally took Georgia's defense, the whole defense. Yep. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the Eagles are going to be something to deal with. They're going to be something to deal with. It's going to be scary. It's going to be scary in the NFC East. That's for sure. I know. I know Jerry honestly thinks they did a great job in this draft, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
You guys did a good job until you realize that y'all got to see the Eagles twice a year.
Twice a year. I mean, I don't know what the plan. Oh my God, it's going to be a heck of a. God, we really needed a tight end. I mean, we got one. We got one. I just don't think that. I'm so distraught. You can hear it in my voice.
Cowboys fans everywhere have been disappointed. We're disappointed with the draft. They felt like they already lost. A lot of y'all felt like y'all already lost the season. It hasn't even started yet.
I mean, I don't see us being better. After the draft, you're supposed to feel like you got that player or players that take your team to the next level. I don't see them. And I'm not saying that Luke Schumacher was a bad player. I just don't think he's the type of tight end they need. Big guy, big target. However, I think I don't know what they were shooting for. I don't know. Big target, but I think he's slow. Probably, best in short yardage, I guess, but nothing dramatic. I just don't see them being better at all. At all. Hey, Jared.
Well, hey. I mean, look.
There's
We're
no
just
need to spin this.
No. Oh no, I wasn't spinning anything. I was about to talk about my Steelers, like because we could.
Oh, come on, Joey Porter Jr. Are you serious?
We could have gotten Hendon Hooker. We could have gotten.
And he's not true. But Hendon Hooker is not going to play this year,
and that's fine.
But you can get if he's not going to play, you can wait till next year and get a quarterback in the draft.
Oh, and we just might because it depends on how well Kenny Pickett looks this year.
If he looks anything like he looked last year, you're going to be looking for. We're going to be in the market for a quarterback. Oh, absolutely. I mean, Broderick Jones is a good pick, man.
Oh, I think everything outside of the fact that we didn't draft a quarterback is awesome.
It's good. Yeah.
I think we did very solid. We got a tackle like Broderick Jones, a very big, solid, good tackle, knee protection, indeed. Joey Porter Jr.
Man,
legacy, a cornerback, something that we need.
Yeah.
Legacy again. I'll take it. Defensive tackle.
He was there in the second round is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Because Joey Porter Jr. was a beast at Penn State, but go ahead.
Well, we got a guard who also can play the center position. Let's see. Another cornerback, a tight end from Georgia. Just isn't the tight end from Georgia. And we drafted another linebacker. So we filled holes. We definitely filled spots.
Yeah.
I'm not dissatisfied. I just wish we could have been a little more proactive in one position. But we got to wait and see what next season holds.
I really thought day 2 of the draft, I really thought that you guys were going to take Levis.
The first
pick. Really thought. I was like, yeah, Will Levis is gone. He's going to Pittsburgh. I was like, wow.
And the first pick in the second round. And
when they said Joey Porter, I was like, wow, they really don't want Levis. Like, nobody wants this guy.
Nobody wants him.
And the only team who would take him is someone who's half the team is going to be suspended because betting. So wow. I mean, we'll see how that plays out for him. But anyway. All right, to the NHL playoffs, to the ice, where we have missing again. We've got missing number 1 seeds.
There are no number ones.
Oh my God! If you are a number 1 seed, I
just call it quits now. Just give it
for real.
2023 is not the year of the number 1 seed.
It is not. I've never seen anything like this. Both number one seeds.
The Avalanche and the Rangers. I mean, well, the Avalanche and yeah. What?
Out of there.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, gone. Just I don't get it. Are these number one seeds? I'm talking about in every sport. Are these number one seeds? I mean, I know how they become number one seeds. I don't have an issue with that. You have the best record, you deserve a number one seed. However, are they true number one seeds? Are they just? I don't know how to.
The regular season counts, but it only counts for so much.
That's a fair.
What I did find funny, I mean, shouts out to the Kraken, man, because they fought, and that, oh man, yeah, shouts to the Kraken, man. Wow. But what was really funny to me, Rangers Devils, right?
Yeah.
This is on Twitter. So like the Rangers had this promo where they used Liam Neeson and he used the lines from Taken or whatever, and it was like, you're supposed to be watching the New York Rangers at the NHL playoffs, right? Well, obviously what happened is what happened, right? So then the Devils go on to Twitter and retweet the tweet that the Rangers put up and said, "Dang spam calls."
Oh my god!
I mean, if that's not the greatest troll, I don't know what is. You went and got Liam Neeson for Game 7 to do this promo. Spam calls, man. Dang it, man. Shouts to the Devils, man, because I didn't see that. When I say I didn't see that coming at all, I did not. I'm thinking, okay, I was honestly surprised that it went to 7. In all honesty,
yeah.
And then the fact that they pulled it out.
Yeah.
Much respect. I can't.
I mean, what about the Florida Panthers? Boston was again the overall number one seed, and they were up 3-1. You're up 3-1.
There's nothing in the water in Florida because Tampa, because the Rays, oh nah, man.
Oh my gosh, they're up 3-1, and the Panthers take the next.
Yeah, not the Rays, the Lightning. Because Tampa went on a tear for a while. There's something in the water in Florida when it comes to hockey. I'm like, how is this the warmest state? How is this the hottest state?
You don't even have ice.
And they
do you even know what ice is? What?
Ice? What? There's something to keep my water cool? Man, hockey.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it is with Florida and ice and hockey. The Panthers. What?
I mean, this is crazy. This is downright. This is madness, people. This is madness. Madness. This is madness. So I mean, but it makes for great. It's madness, but this makes for great sports. This is honestly. I'll be honest. I think those series, put fire back into the NHL playoffs.
Yeah. So what is guy's name for the Panthers? What's his name? Conn Smith or something like that. That guy's been going off. Like that, bro. He's been going off. Like,
but my thing is, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess these athletes can just turn it on because Because I'm like, and if you're looking right now, Florida is beating Toronto 4-2.
4-2 right now.
We're talking about an 8 seed. We're talking about a freaking 8 seed. What is with these 8 seeds, man? We're talking about an 8 seed.
Heart.
Oh my gosh.
They figured it out. It's heart and teamwork.
I mean, I mean, are people overlooking them? I mean, because, well, there's no overlooking them now, because if you're Toronto, you're saying, hey, they just put out Boston. We will not overlook them. They're for real. And yet you're getting it handed to you right now.
Right now.
In Toronto.
Yeah, they still got some time left in this third period to get it together. But
but unlike Boston, oh, my fault. My bad. My bad.
You really just had to do that, didn't you? You couldn't help it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Woo-wee!
It's okay. We'll see how well the Cowboys close out the Eagles.
I'm not. You know what? Anyway, if we make the playoffs, I'd be happy. If we make the playoffs, I'll be happy. I don't see. Anyway, man. Oh, now you done went below the belt. That's a mess. That was a shot below the belt. Now you got to bring up the Cowboys. Why?
We just had James Harden drop 45 on us.
Oh my God.
45. Now, mind you, we got 2 superstars and a 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
And a defensive player of the year. Well, former defensive player of the year.
How about to say former? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Talk about getting hit below the belt. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, y'all be handling business for 3 quarters.
2.5.
Oh, okay, yeah.
2.5.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but okay.
Nah, we already here. Now you done crossed the line. Let's be honest about it. 2.5.
Oh man, the 2-minute drill. What's on your 2 minutes, man?
Oh man, my 2 minutes. Antonio Brown and a security guard got into it because the security guard didn't know that he was the owner. Also, I guess Antonio Brown wasn't aware that they were doing like a banner drop on the field, so everybody also needed to get off the field. Now, the security guard did handle it poorly. Antonio Brown handled it like he's Antonio Brown. So,
well put, sir.
Who was wrong? I mean, the security guard started wrong, and Antonio Brown didn't necessarily finish right. Okay, but I'm just saying, if you want the owner of 95% of the franchise that signs your checks to get off the field, you probably shouldn't be talking to him like that. And then when the man says, "I own the field," and then you say, "I don't think so." No, but I do. Like I. Go check the ownership thing. Like, go wiki it. I am the owner here.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I get it. You wanted everybody off the field, safety, fine. The way you were talking to the cameraman and him, you were being disrespectful, my guy. Like, you were. That was not the way to handle that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Antonio Brown also should not have been trying to, after the dude tried to get him off the field, tried to invite kids and stuff onto the field while they're trying to get people off so they can have the ceremony and so no one gets hurt. That's my 2 minutes. That's my 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure I'm under time, but that's it. That's my 2 minutes. That was crazy.
When you talk about Antonio Brown, there is no undertime because he's Antonio Brown. I mean,
well, he did. I did see, like, I don't know how old the interview was, but I did see he did give some respect to Ben Roethlisberger. He said that he felt like Big Ben was the most underrated player or underappreciated player that he played with.
I'm shocked he didn't say it was him. I'm shocked he didn't talk in third person. I think Antonio Brown thinks Antonio Brown or in first person.
So overrated.
Is the most underrated player. My 2 minutes goes to someone you spoke about last week, sir. You must be a prophet. Ryan Garcia. You called it. Ryan Garcia has, I don't know if he fired his trainer or they decided to part ways, but him and Joe Goossen have parted ways. Joe Goossen has trained some of the best fighters in this sport. And you called it. Garcia lost that fight, and someone's got to pay for it. And apparently it was Joe. And he's lobbying. He hasn't chosen another trainer, but he's lobbying for another fight with none other than
Devontae Tank Davis.
I mean, you, sir, nickname Nostradamus. This is everything you said last week. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He really did it. I
just call me Nostrakeys. What can I say? What can I say?
So we're waiting on Garcia to find another trainer. We're waiting on him to he's trying to maneuver his way to another fight. We'll see how it goes. My 2 minutes is Garcia. Congratulations, but not congratulations, because you're going about it the wrong way. You lost the fight because you lost the fight. It was not your trainer's fault. It was your kidney's fault. Or your
liver, your
liver came up.
Your liver kidney.
Your liver came up, not the trainer. So,
if anything, you need more extensive training. Maybe. Look, Joe Goossen, again, trained a lot of legends. He's
champion.
His I'm pretty sure his trophy room is pretty nice. It's undeniable. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the right trainer for Ryan Garcia. That doesn't mean he's the wrong one either. Regardless of what happens, Ryan Garcia needs to train more. There are holes in his skill set that if he wants to fight Gervonta Davis again, he's going to have to fill them. So I don't know if finding another trainer is the answer to that. But this is where we are.
Yeah, that's.
I kind of want to say I disagree. But I'm trying to think about how long he's been working with Garcia. Because I can't really remember.
Well, he wasn't his trainer. Well, this Goossen goes back to when he was an amateur fighter. Then he had another trainer that worked with him up until he took that 15-month layoff. When he took the 15-month layoff and came back, then Goossen was in his corner. So I guess he was like, but he won 2 fights. I'm sorry. He won 2 fights with him. He was fine. It's funny. He was fine up until he lost the Tank. And the minute he lost the Tank, he's like, oh my God, nah, this ain't working. So I don't know. We'll see.
It was working before. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just you got holes in your game. Regardless of who you go to, somebody had to be a scapegoat. Regardless. And it wasn't going to be Ryan Garcia. Wasn't going to take he wasn't going to take accountability.
No, not at all.
Right, it had to be somebody else. That's unfortunate.
So
I hope whoever he finds to start, training with, hopefully this is his last stop and it's a more of a long-term thing, like with whoever his next trainer is, so that way they can have like a real relationship. And
I mean, if he's trying to just find a new trainer and then immediately fight Tank, I don't know if that's the wisest decision.
No, you should take 2 fights probably before you go back after Tank Davis.
Yeah, but he's lobbying for an immediate rematch.
Well, look, in defense, he is he's like the social media side of boxing.
He is.
He is the TikTok of boxing. So
with 10 million on Instagram and 5.5 on TikTok. He is.
So he's kind of gotta say that he wants to fight Tank Davis next. Like off of the strength of like his social media buzz. I mean, I'm sure everybody's like, nah, you got to go again. That was terrible.
There's one flaw in that. Tank Davis does not have to fight him.
Nope, he sure don't.
He can literally say, "I've already beat you. Why
do it again?
Back, I want to move forward."
Why do it again?
I mean, yeah,
unless you have something I want,
and I don't want your kidney, so I don't want your liver.
You got a belt?
Got it.
You got a belt?
Yeah. So, that one in the loss column, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. So I have nothing else to prove. It was a knockout. So
that's little old me. Hey, remember, you got the reach advantage. You got the left. You got that hook, right? Like you.
So that's the only flaw I see in that, and I think he's definitely going to have to fight a couple of fights. If I'm Tank Davis, I'm like, I don't want to fight you. You're going to have to fight a couple of fights. You're going to have to beat some people for me to say, let's do it again.
Yeah, you are going to have to make the fight sellable again.
Yeah.
Because Gervonta Davis is clearly the A side.
Yeah.
You have to make you if you want to fight him again, you got to sell it. So you got to get a couple more wins. You got to make it worthwhile. You got to. I don't know how you gonna do it, but yeah, unless it's the purse is bigger than before, or there's a belt involved.
Well, we know there's no belt involved, but the purse it's a possibility because, like you said, he's the social media side of boxing. He apparently can put butts in seats or butts in front of the TV, and that's what that could draw Tank back to say, okay, let's do this again, but the purse is going to be a little bit bigger, and that's the only way. That's the only way.
Just don't bet it, fake bet it, whatever. Don't say anything about betting the purse.
God, no. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that again.
Backfire. Oh my gosh.
Don't ever do that again. Ever. Don't ever do that again. All right, y'all. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. right here, live. The Go Ahead is giving you the best.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna. Whoa! I couldn't help it. Oh my gosh. 8 p.m. every Tuesday. We gonna be here. We gonna be back because the Grizzlies didn't tell us that we weren't coming back. All right. All right. We signed extensions. I don't know about y'all, but we gonna be here. We gonna be here next week because we signed 1 week extensions. We gonna sign another 1 week extension next week.
Dylan Brooks might not be here, but we'll be here.
Oh yeah, Dylan. We might need to talk about Dylan Brooks. I'm pretty sure he's whoa. Why talk about something that's not in the playoffs? No, he's not relevant. So no, we're probably not gonna talk about Dylan Brooks next week. He's not gonna be here. But you gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Everybody else, y'all just gotta come and meet us here. You feel me? However you want to meet us here. We got the Googles, the Amazons, Apple, Spotify, iHeart. We on the socials. Just shout out to us. Holla at us on Twitter. Give us some comments, some love on Facebook. Yeah, we on the gram. See about us. Tell us how much you love us. Tell us how much you care.
That's that 90s R&B.
You know you want my meaning. You got me twisted over you.
Oh God, no, not him. Anybody but no, not.
Oh, wait. Do I still have time in my 2-minute drill? Because this is not sports related, but I do find hilarious. I don't know if you saw this or not. Since we're on the topic of R&B, Brian McKnight had another baby.
Oh, God.
And named that baby
Brian McKnight Jr.
Now, mind you, he already has a son named Brian McKnight. He already has a kid named Isaac.
Yeah, that. Yeah, my man's catching some heat because he's. I mean, it's not only that. Apparently, his oh man, his reasoning behind it is that his kids are grown and doing things that he doesn't appreciate or agree with. That's still, bro. That they're your kids, number one, and number two, bro. That don't mean take your man's name. I mean, how you gonna gank his name?
You are no longer Brian
You are
McKnight
no-
Jr. This is Brian McKnight Jr. That's like in King of the Hill. when Cotton had that baby and named it Good Hank. This good Brian.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh man. Oh my god.
That's just crazy. That's crazy. I don't know how to say. I don't know what to say about that. Look at life.
Oh y'all, we gotta get out of here before we say something else. That has nothing to do with sports.
Yeah. Let's get out.
We gotta get out of here before we get.
Before we start a whole nother pod, let's just.
Y'all, we'll see y'all next week, same time, same place. We are out.